crochet lovers, and welcome to my channel Spaß mit Faden. Today I want to show you how I've crocheted those lovely little ears for my headphones. As you can see, they've turned out very beautiful, and I now want to tell you what you'll need to crochet to go with me these lovely ears. I really hope that you enjoy the instructions. To crochet now to go with me your lovely ears for your headphones, you'll of course need some yarn. I've decided to work this today with some cotton yarn, and as you see I have two colors, but you can actually crochet it with one color as well. You'll need a 3mm hook and a yarn needle and some scissors to cut your yarn ends off. And I really hope that you now enjoy crochet to go with me your ears for your headphones. I want to start crocheting my headphone ears now by creating a slip knot first. Then I want to grab my hook and insert it into that slip knot and pull my slip knot very tight. And I want to start crocheting now by crocheting 11 chains for the beginning. So for a chain I always want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through the loop on my hook. This was my first, my second, third, fourth and my fifth chain, number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and my 11th and last chain. And I want to start now crocheting my very first row by going to that second chain and crochet one slip stitch into it. So what I want to do now is to insert my hook into that second chain from my hook. Then I want to yarn over, and for a slip stitch I now want to pull this yarn through all the loops on my hook. This was now my very first slip stitch, and I now want to continue to crochet my slip stitches by inserting my hook into the next chain and crochet one slip stitch into it. And I just want to finish now row number 1 by crocheting slip stitches into every chain that is left. And in the end of row number 1 you'll then have crochet 10 slip stitches. So I've just completed the crochet now my first row, and into my last chain I've crocheted my 10th slip stitch. And I want to start now shaping the ears. The first thing that I want to do is to just chain 1 and turn my work around. And all the stitches that I now want to crochet, I only want to crochet into my back loop only. Because as you can see, normally our stitches are made out of 2 strands, and we now want to grab the back strand only and crochet every following stitch into it. So now I want to insert my hook in between those 2 strands and grab the back loop only. I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through the stitch, and as you can see I've got 2 loops now on my hook. And for my single crochet I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through those 2 loops on my hook. So I've just started now to shape my ears with 1 single crochet. Into the following stitch I now want to continue to crochet 1 half double crochet. So I just want to yarn over, insert my hook again in between those 2 strands and grab the back loop only. Then I want to yarn over and pull my yarn through the stitch again, and I've got 3 loops on my hook. I want to yarn over, and for a half double crochet I now want to put this yarn through the 3 loops on my hook. Into my next stitch I now want to crochet a double crochet. So I want to yarn over and insert my hook in between those 2 strands and grab the back loop only again. I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through the stitch, and I've got 3 loops on my hook. I want to yarn over, I want to pull now this yarn through the first 2 loops. Then I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through the following 2 loops. And now that I've crocheted 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet and 1 double crochet, I want to continue now to crochet 4 triple crochets. So for a triple crochet I want to yarn over twice and insert my hook now through those 2 strands, and again just grab the back loop only. I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through the stitch, and as you can see I've got 4 loops now on my hook. I want to yarn over and pull my yarn through the first 2 loops, then I want to yarn over and pull my yarn through the following 2 loops, and one more time I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through the last 2 loops. This was now my very first triple crochet. I want to continue to crochet 4 triple crochets in total, so this is my second triple crochet. I want to yarn over again twice and crochet my 3rd triple crochet. And one more time I want to yarn over again twice and crochet my 4th triple crochet, just like this. And now that we've crocheted our 4 triple crochets, we want to crochet the double crochet, the half double crochet and a single crochet in reverse pattern. This means I want to insert my hook now into the following stitch and crochet first my double crochet. Then I want to yarn over and crochet into the following stitch. Again, I always crochet my stitches just into the back loop, 1 half double crochet, and a last single crochet is missing. Right on the top I want to insert my hook now and crochet my last single crochet, and the very first half of our first ear we've now completed. So now that I've crocheted in my very last stitch my single crochet, the first side of our little ear is completed, and we want to turn now our whole work around and crochet the same pattern on the other side as well. Please make sure to always grab your back loops only again, and this very first back loop I want to grab up now and crochet 1 single crochet into it. Into the following stitch and into the back loop only, I now want to crochet 1 half double crochet. Into my following stitch in the back loop only, I then want to crochet 1 double crochet, and now I want to crochet again my 4 triple crochets, just like this. This is the very first one, my second triple crochet, my third triple crochet, and my 4th and last triple crochet. Now that I've completed my 4 triple crochets, I want to crochet again 1 double crochet into the following stitch. Please make sure to always grab the back loop only. Then I want to crochet into my following stitch my half double crochet again, and I've got 1 last stitch left, and I want to insert my hook again in it and grab the back loop only again, and I want to crochet 1 single crochet to complete my first ear. What I want to do now is to insert my hook on the other side and crochet 1 slip stitch to finish this whole thing up. For my second ear, I now want to crochet again my 11 chains. This is the first, my second chain, my third, 4th and my 5th chain, number 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, my 11th chain. And now that I've chained 11 again, I want to crochet into the second chain from my hook my first slip stitch. At the end of your chains, you'll then have again your 10 slip stitches. This is my second one, so please just continue to crochet into every chain 1 slip stitch. In the end of your chains, you'll then have crochet 10 slip stitches again. So now that I've completed my first ear and chained 11 for my second ear and then crocheted 1 slip stitch into the second chain from my hook, I've already crocheted now my 9 slip stitches, and I've got 1 last chain left in which I although want to crochet 1 slip stitch. And we want to now continue to crochet our second ear the same way as we did it with our first ear. This means I want to chain 1 and turn my whole work around. And again, I want to crochet all coming stitches now into the back loop only. I want to grab now this very first back loop from my first stitch and crochet 1 single crochet in it. Then I want to crochet 1 half double crochet into the following back loop only again from my next stitch. Into my next stitch, I then want to crochet into the back loop only again 1 double crochet. And now I want to crochet my 4 triple crochets. As I said, please always make sure to grab the back loop only. This is my first triple crochet. Now I want to crochet my second triple crochet into the following stitch, and I always, as I said, make sure to grab the back loop only. This is my second triple crochet. Now I want to crochet my third triple crochet and my 4th and last triple crochet, and after my 4th triple crochet I want to crochet the pattern from the beginning now in reverse. This means into the following stitch I want to crochet now first my double crochet, then I want to crochet my half double crochet in the following stitch, and I'm again at the top of my work, and I want to grab this back loop only again and crochet 1 single crochet into it. And now we've already completed the first side of our second ear. I now want to turn this whole thing around and start crocheting by crocheting into the very first back loop only my single crochet. Then I want to go on with my following stitch, and I want to crochet 1 half double crochet in it. Then I want to continue to crochet my double crochet into the following stitch. As I said, please just make sure to always grab the back loop only. And now my 4 triple crochets are following. This is my first one, my second triple crochet, my third triple crochet, and my fourth and last triple crochet. Now I want to crochet again 1 double crochet into the following stitch, back loop only. Into my following stitch, I now want to crochet 1 half double crochet, and I've got 1 last stitch left, and I again just want to grab up the back loop only and crochet my last single crochet into it. And what I want to do now is to face the same side on my ears onto the front. This is the front side of our ears. The back side is just looking like this. Please make sure to face on both ears the front side, and then you want to insert your hook after you've crocheted your second ear into the top of your first ear, and you want to crochet 1 slip stitch so that those 2 ears can't turn around anymore. Then you want to make the loop on your hook very, very big, because we later want to continue to crochet now with this color. So just leave it like this. After you made your loop very, very big, we now want to first crochet our edges of our ears. I want to use for that my pink yarn, and later on I just want to continue to crochet with my blue yarn. So just make the loop very big. But as I said, after I've crocheted my edges now with my pink yarn, I just want to grab up the loop again and continue to crochet with my blue yarn. So now that I've completed my 2 ears and crocheted 1 slip stitch onto the top of my first ear, I made my loop of the yarn very, very big. Please make sure to don't cut your yarn off, because later on we want to continue to crochet with this yarn. But first I want to crochet now around my ears edges with my pink yarn, and I want to crochet it with crab stitches. Please just make sure to turn your work around so that the last loop that you have now is on the top of your work. And what I want to do now is to crochet with my pink yarn the edges. So I want to insert my hook now into the center of both ears. Then I want to grab up my pink yarn like this, and I want to crochet 1 basic chain. So I secured this whole thing up. And as I said, we want to crochet now our edges with our crab stitches. So what you have to do when you want to crochet crab stitches is to remind yourself that you don't crochet from right to left your crab stitches. You want to crochet them from your left to your right. So I want to work now backwards from my crab stitches. So this means, because we want to crochet 4 our crab stitches from our left to our right, I want to move my hook now onto the following stitch in the back. Then I want to yarn over and pull the yarn through, and I've got 2 loops on my hook, and I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through those 2 loops. So for my crab stitches, I now want to crochet from the left to the right. This means I always have to move my hook onto the next stitch in the back like this. I want to insert my hook and grab up both strands from the stitch. Then I want to yarn over and pull my yarn again through the stitch like this. And I've got now 2 loops on my hook, and I want to yarn over and pull the yarn now through those 2 loops. I want to show it one more time. For my crab stitch, I just want to move my hook now into the back and grab the next stitch. Then I want to yarn over and pull my yarn again through those 2 strands of my stitch, and I've got 2 loops on my hook, and I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through those 2 loops. So please just continue to crochet for your first ear, your whole crab stitches, and once you're at this point where we want to go over to our second ear, I will show you how to crochet the crab stitches for your second ear as well. So now that I've completed my first ear, I want to go now to the center of those 2 ears, and I want to crochet in it 1 slip stitch. This means I just want to insert my hook into the center, yarn over and pull this yarn now through all the loops on my hook for a slip stitch. And I've completed now my very first ear, and I want to continue to crochet now crab stitches around my second ear as well. So this means after my slip stitch into the center, I now want to move my hook again on the back, grab up the next stitch on my second ear. This is actually the very first stitch on my second ear. I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through the stitch, and I've got 2 loops, and I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through those 2 loops. As I said, I now want to crochet around my second ear, crab stitches as well, and once you're finished with your crab stitches around your second ear as well, we meet each other again, and then I want to show you how you can hide these yarn ends, and we want to continue to crochet then with our blue color again. So now that I've completed to crochet my crab stitches around my second ear as well, I've already crocheted into my very last stitch, my last crab stitch, and what I want to do now after my last crab stitch is to insert my hook again into that center in between those 2 ears like this. Then I want to yarn over and pull my yarn now through all those loops on my hook for my very last slip stitch. And I want to go ahead now crocheting 1 chain, then I want to cut off my yarn and just pull my yarn now through this last chain that I've just crocheted by just grabbing up my hook like this, and as you can see my whole yarn is now coming through that very last chain. Before we now want to continue to crochet with our main color, in my case it is the blue, I want to show you now how you can make all of these yarn ends disappear in your work. So please just grab up your yarn needle, and I want to show you how we want to secretly hide all of our yarn ends. So the first thing that you want to do before you hide the ends of your yarns is to pick any of those ends up. As you can see, in my case it is my light blue yarn, and I've just inserted it into my yarn needle. What I want to do now is to not work knots. I really just want to hide my yarn ends by grabbing up now my blue yarns. As you can see, those loops, I just really want to go on and just grab one of those blue loops up on my work. I really although take care to turn my whole work around so that I can hide all my ends onto the back of my work. And now that I've grabbed up any blue loop with my yarn needle, I just want to pull my yarn needle through this loop now like this. And as you can see, now my whole yarn end follows my yarn needle. I want to do this now with as many loops as I want, like 4 or 5 maybe. Just grab up always a loop of your blue color only, because you are now weaving in a blue end. When you do the same thing with your pink color, you want to only grab your pink loops as well. And after I've inserted my yarn needle into it, I just want to pull again on my yarn needle, and as I said, I just want to do that 3 or 4 times like this, because like this I can although be very sure that my whole work doesn't open up itself again. And I want to do this now with all of my ends, and once you finish with grabbing up your loops like this, you want to grab your scissors and just cut it off. You can now be really sure that it doesn't open itself anymore. And I want to do that now with all of my left yarn ends. Please just make sure to really take care of that last loop, and you're just following yarn. Don't weave in those 2 ends, because we then want to continue to crochet with them. I just want to do that now with all of my yarn ends, and then I want to show you how I continue to crochet. These are my little ears for my headphones that I've already crocheted and finished. To go with you, I'm now crocheting my second ones, and what we want to do now is to crochet our ribbon. As you can see, I've wrapped my ribbon twice around my headphones, and my headphones are 4 cm wide. If yours are more narrow or even wider, you'll of course have to chain more or less. I want to chain now 30 chains. As I said, this doesn't have to fit your headphones, because yours can be wider or more narrow as well. But I want to show you how I've crocheted my ribbon. Now that I've crocheted my crab stitches, I just inserted my hook into the loop that we left over before we started to crochet our crab stitches, and I want to chain now 30. As I said, the amount of the chains actually depend on the width of your headphones. In my case, I now want to crochet 30 chains, then I'll be able to wrap my ribbon around my headphones. So just please crochet as many chains as you need to wrap your ribbon twice around your headphone. So now that I've crocheted my 30 chains, I want to crochet 10 more. This is the first one, my second, third, fourth, fifth chain, number 6, 7, 8, 9, and my 10th chain. What I want to do now is to close this 10 chains up to a little loop. For this, I now want to skip those 10 chains and just insert my hook into the chain 30. And I want to crochet down 1 slip stitch. And I've created now this little loop. What I want to do now is to crochet into every chain 1 single crochet till I'm again at the end of my chains, just like this. So please just continue to crochet in every chain 1 single crochet, and we meet up again when you finish with your chains. So now that I've crocheted into every chain 1 single crochet, I've got 1 last chain left, and of course I want to crochet into it 1 single crochet again. And now we're completed with our little ribbon. What I want to do now, after I've crocheted my last single crochet, is to just insert my hook into the middle of my work and crochet 1 last slip stitch. Then I want to chain 1 and cut my yarn off, and then I want to pull my yarn just through those very last chain. Please make sure now to cut your yarn off and hide your ends again. And then I want to show you how we want to use this ribbon to fix this whole thing up on our headphones. So now that we've finished to crochet our little ears for our headphones, I want to show you how you can put them up on your headphone. Please just take your finished ears like this and put them here. And then we want to take our ribbon and wrap it twice around our headphones like this. And here we do now have our little loop that we've created with our 10 chains. And what I want to do is to put my ears just through this little loop now. Just like this. This was the first ear, the second one is coming. And now we're completed with our little ears. And if you have now as beautiful little ears as I have, please make sure to subscribe my channel and like and comment this video. And I really do hope that we'll see each other the next time again.